Wepas 2021 familia. Welcome to the first Comic Crusaders podcast. And I am blessed today. I am Al Mega, the owner of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. And today I'm joined by this is the triple collab over here. All right, Comic Crusaders. It is my man, the CEO of CritiX, and now an awesome channel on YouTube, the KlepCX FM, the one and only Klep Napier. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? What's good?
And then we got my man here that his origins, him spreading the business was through Full Blast, but then all of a sudden, man, he opened up his channel here and he's been killing it. It's the sixth element of hip hop, which is comics, the one and only Reno Noir. What's up, bro?
Word is bond. What's happening, man?
Chilling, family. All right, today, man. This is comic geekiness, all within a horror film that maybe most people didn't even know came from a comic by one of the current masters of horror in comics, Mr. Colin Bunn, with art by Vanessa Lorraine. What we're talking about is that comic book. Oh, what is it, guys? What is it?
The Empty Man. The Empty Man.
The Empty Man. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid to say that name, man, because I stopped drinking out of bottles because of that. So the movie's pretty cool, folks. If it came, the book came out in 2014 via Boom Studios. All right, this was originally supposed to come out in the movie theaters around August of last year, but obviously, COVID hit, and things didn't pop off as they should. But during all that, obviously, Disney got involved, and now this is a Disney 20th Century Fox production. So shout out to Disney because they hooked us up today with a pass to get, a code. I keep saying pass, a code to give out for a downloadable version of this amazing film. But before we even get into all that, you know what? Let's take a look at the trailer of the film and see what you guys think. All right, let's do it, kiddos. Let's do that. Do it, kiddos.
All right, 20th Century Studios.
I feel like the Brady Bunch.
Hey, wait, we gotta try it.
Word.
Try what?
Calling the empty man.
Who's the empty
Don't
man?
do it.
If you're on a bridge and you find a bottle, you blow into it, and you think about the empty man. Oh,
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Right. Candyman.
Right.
On the second night, you see him.
And on the third night?
Well, on the third night, he finds you.
Slenderman?
Facts.
Right.
I got all those vibes.
You can hear him, can't you? Squirming his way into your thoughts. Like a disease. And his message is contagious.
The Bye-Bye Man.
That too.
All of them. The horror movie trope.
The Baba Duke. All of them.
Duke. Word up.
Baba Duke.
The Empty Man.
Yeah.
So that's the original date. That's when I saw this out. I saw this last year. We don't hear you.
I can't hear you, Al.
Of course, goddamn mistakes every time. Oh, we forget hit the button. Anyway, this movie kept moving dates because of COVID. You know how theaters was living. You know what I mean? Which they're still currently living through this horrible nightmare where, hopefully we don't lose that lifestyle. It's gonna feel so niche probably in the future too, that you're able to go to a movie theater. You know what I mean? It'll be insane.
I'm surprised they held on to this one.
All right. So what are your thoughts here? Because again, this 20th Century back had bought the rights to this film back in the day, obviously, but then there was transitions in the middle of that, and Disney still, released the film. So I want to ask you guys, initial thoughts just on the film. Let's start with Klep because he's salivating here. That I got something to say.
Oh man, I just felt like that trailer was so misleading.
They always are.
Yeah, but this one's on another.
Yeah.
I remember I hit Al up. I hit Al up like midway through. It was like 30 minutes in, and I'm like, "Yo, you sure this is the right movie?" Because I'm like, I don't see nothing that's in the trailer in the first 30 minutes of this movie. So
which is a miracle with modern day trailers that they give you the whole movie. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like some Stranger Days or Stranger Things or whatever.
Yeah, because they show you the teenagers, so I'm thinking,
Right.
oh, this is gonna be set in a high school. It's gonna be, the typical teen scream. They do something they're not supposed to, and they all get haunted and murdered. And that wasn't really the case at all. Like completely twisted. Nothing like that.
Yeah, it's definitely off the wall, man.
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts, Reno, overall?
Yeah, no, I do. It was a solid D movie.
He said D.
Yeah.
It was just another bad graphic novel translated to a movie that didn't quite hit the mark. It didn't do well, and but personally, I didn't really find it that interesting. It didn't really grab my attention, didn't hold my attention rather. So
yeah, I think
it reminded me of The Thing, like I was saying before. If there's so many movies, it was like Slender Man. It was just a lot of copycat, same stuff. And
I think that's what Hollywood decided to go, because if you look at the book, I mean, just if you look at just even the opening pages of the book, there's absolutely no similarity at all to the film. It'll blow your mind. You're like, huh? Am I reading the same thing, or is this the next volume manifestation? Because he's done other things. Wait, are they skipping things, or is this like a prequel to the comic, or what the heck is going on here when they compare it to the comic?
For it to be over 2 hours long and leave so much out.
That's
like,
another point right
God,
there. 2 hours and 16 minutes.
I was watching this thing like, when is it going to end? When
you felt empty by
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it's just like that Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man. Nah, I honestly, like, I took away some things about it, but other than that, I'm just like, the story wasn't told in a way where it was going to keep anyone's attention, especially if you're like trying to cater that trailer to a younger audience. There's no way the younger audience is going to watch that and want to sit through it. Like midway through, I was like, all right, this needs to be over. It needs to be over. Yeah. And then the whole like Private Eye thing where he's trying to find this girl, and it reminded me of like Brick, but Brick was way better.
Brick was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Was phenomenal.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because it was like, I don't know, man. It just was all over the place for me. Like,
listen, I'm not going to bash him, because I want somebody to watch the movie and see if you guys disagree with us. Because I would love to know that, if you disagree with us or not, if you even watch this film, if you're interested, listen.
I just think that this film is for those, like nowadays, no one can just do horror. There's always like this underlining, like Jordan Peele fucked up the game. Like ever since he gave us something so thought provoking, it's like every horror movie now has to have
your brain.
Yeah, like, which is cool sometimes, but this one was like I don't know, like the whole empty man concept and about needing a vessel that was full of sin and in order to come back was the only like takeaway I took from it, but to get there was just a little too much.
I mean, but the concept behind it too, like in order to call him, you gotta be on a bridge and blowing into an empty bottle. It's like, what? I mean, who in their right mind would do that? Maybe a crackhead, right? Yeah, I'll do it for $5.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It was about and the only thing that did bug me out, because I feel like they did attempt the old school style special effects, no CGI, but with that body in the hospital, for example, what I'm talking about, but
yeah,
it looked like a dummy.
Oh, the guy laying in the bed.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I mean? But I'll give credit that this was one of the first times I seen in a film where a white person, instead of approaching a situation, actually ran from it. If you remember that scene with the mob, that he took 2 steps back and then took 2 steps forward, he goes, hell no, he ran. I said, holy shit, my brother learned.
Yeah, he was out.
Let's go check it out.
Exactly.
That was like one of the most like creepy moments in the whole thing. Like that scene right there was like, whoa, kind of stood out.
What would you do? Would you
be some cool parts?
Yeah.
Reno is the only Italian here and white skinned brother. Would you have taken 2 steps forward or the 2 steps back and booked?
And you already know. Come on.
He said,
he's like, I wouldn't even have been there. I wouldn't even have been there.
Where was I? I wasn't
At
there,
all.
kid. I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I got you on camera. I wasn't there, son. I'm telling you.
how about that scene in Reno, like that part where the pastor's talking? Like, did that like lose you? Because like 2 minutes into that conversation, I was just like,
oh yeah,
I'm over it.
It was just some weird stuff, and even with the again, the whole intro, for example, really misled you too.
Yeah,
because that whole intro, I think the opening was really cool and different. It was you know, you didn't expect what was going to happen.
Too long.
Indiana Jones.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. That's the longest intro I ever seen, and I was like, what?
I think it was too long.
Yeah, but you know, I think if they would have went along with some wild stuff like that, it would have kept people more hooked. Like, what the heck is going on here? But they deviated so much into this very cultish type of film, where it's a cult type joint and whatnot with those creepy videos. Again, folks, you gotta watch the film, man.
It could have been edited, you know, maybe some good editing, and it would have been decent.
Probably, I agree with that.
Yeah, if you take a lot of stuff out, shorten a lot of those scenes and stuff like that, you know, it had potential. Like I said, it was cool parts. I like the creature at the end. Kind of reminded me of like The Thing. Remember the Kurt Russell joint?
Yeah.
Or yeah, but man, but The Thing was fire, son. But I didn't see that from the cave, because that in that cave, when you know, and again, all the opening, you know, it had kind of plot points that you could have seen on the beginning that, okay, this could look interesting, but it didn't get focused on, at least not in this movie.
Yeah, like I felt like that whole opening didn't connect to anything else, except there was like one scene where he walked by when he was in the church or whatever, and he walked by that picture. It was a picture of the cabin. That was the only connection that I remember with the beginning. But other than that, they don't ever go back to them ever again. Like, and it was just kind of weird to me.
It was enough to get you to be into the movie, like watch the movie. Now I've been watching it enough time. I'm committed, and it's like 2 hours, you know, a 2-hour movie. So like, it got you to that point where it's like, I'm not gonna go back. Like, I'm not gonna turn it off at this point. But now you're stuck, and I felt cheated and robbed. Like, they made me, you know.
Facts.
Yeah.
And then when he told the guy that I'm glad you came back, and then. Like, there's just a lot of parallel things that it just didn't make sense. Like, it's like, what do you mean he came back? Why would he have come back? How did you create him? Like, where did you create him? Was he a grown man? Was he a baby? Like, I'm confused. Like,
maybe he pooped him out or something. You know, that's how men give birth.
Did they create him from birth and then put him through all this turmoil to fill his body with sin? Like, there's just a lot of things that aren't explained.
Yeah, the cult. What's the cult? Where was?
Again, that's where we got to then feed into Cullen's books, then from Boom Studios, you know, with that first arc, and then the second arc, I believe, which is Manifestation. There's several books in there. I mean, I know people within my Comic Crusaders family have enjoyed the books. They haven't told me anything about the film. They probably still numb from the feeling, you know, feeling empty, whether or not something happened here or not. Again, you know, listen, I can't make a movie for my life. Who am I to talk shit about making a film? But, and I mean, real talk is, come on, guys, you know, please, you know, read the material.
Yeah, and you know I'm a source material guy. I hate that when they
they got to read the material and understand the material and bring the vision of what the writer wanted. Again, I don't know how much involvement, you know, the original creators had and the comic company and stuff, because again, you know, they Boom Studios, which is the premier publisher, is one of those few, like a Marvel, that actually got their stamp in the front of the film. You know, Klep, I don't know if you noticed that, because I know you're a film guy and you notice credits like that. You know, normally they get the little credit at the end. No, they got the stamp right here.
Yeah, right.
Boom Studio.
Yeah. Like this is not it's not going to be the only one.
Yeah, this is actually their second film, because their first films, I don't know if you remember, was Two Guns.
Oh,
that's the first Boom Studios comic book film.
That's
from
right.
2013.
I forgot. Yeah, but that was a good one.
Yeah, exactly. That was memorable. Yeah,
that's what makes Marvel movies so good, because Favreau is a fan. So it, like, having these filmmakers that aren't fans of the source material, you get crap like this. Like what Karen Kennedy, whatever her name, with Star Wars, you know, not a fan, trying to change the you know, the narrative of the whole thing that the fans been fans of for 20, 30 years. If you're not a fan of the material, don't make the project. That's all.
I believe that hardcore, because even look at just let's go to Mando for a moment, and this season 2 with that Robert Rodriguez episode with Boba. I'm a fan. He killed Boba, and next thing you know, they're giving him a show.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, son, you smashed it. You showed a love on that scale. You know what I mean? That was beautiful. I mean, that's just a banging show in general, but.
So that's the thing. Like Favreau and Filoni, they're fans. They're real Star Wars fans.
So all right. So bottom line here, you know, when it comes to the film, you think that maybe it was just that the production or directorial team just missed the point and didn't grab the spirit of the comic, bro, at all.
I'm gonna agree with him. I agree with him, because I'm looking at the credits now, and the only credit that Cullen got was that it was based on him. He got a writing credit, but because it was based on the book. But he's not a producer. He's nothing. He's nothing. He had nothing to do with it. The story was actually, the screenplay was actually written by the director.
Oh, say word.
David Pryor. Right.
Well, that's business, though, right? I guess, you know, you sell your property and then the businesses do what they will with it. And, you know, damn, that's unfortunate, because, again, the comic gets, you know, wonderful ratings. Again, if you don't, you know, just look it up. It's not just us. Cullen is a modern day master of horror. So it's a shame that they kind of butchered his vision in this way.
He should have gave it the peel.
Yeah, bro. Man.
Yeah.
So, you know, what's up, man? It's Peel, man. What about what do you guys think too? We're talking about, you know, people that generally that come from comedy, like a Chris Rock wanting to do a Saw. What do you think about that?
You know what? I mean, I feel like these comedians have a darker side to them that we see. That we see. You know what I mean? Like, they all have had their better performances when they've taken the serious route. Carey, Farrell, Stiller, Chappelle, like every time they go dark, it's like that's when they're at like their best. You know what I mean? So I think
that's true.
I think Chris Rock will probably do that justice. I can't wait to see it.
So maybe that's why Harley has such success, right? You know, these are a lot of comedians are writing that content. I mean, that show, I chuckled at least 4 or 5 times throughout that show.
Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele is a comedian that knocks horror out the park.
Yeah, he's killing it right now. I can't wait to see what else he does and who else could step up to the plate right now, because we need it. Because just listen, I was telling my wife yesterday, I love Blumhouse, right? And then wait, there's Blumhouse TV. Have you seen those?
Yeah, the ones on Amazon.
Yeah, bro. Oh my God, bro. Yesterday,
there's more.
Yeah,
there's more besides the ones on Amazon. Where's the other ones at?
There's no Blumhouse does hardcore A movies, you know what I mean, and then they have their B, C, D, you know, even Z movies. But that's Blumhouse TV. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Bro, I saw one yesterday that I was like, oh, Blumhouse. Okay, I'll stay up for this. And bro, I never stay up late, bro. I'd be knocking out early, honest to God. But I had so much hope for this film, son. Right. I had hope for this film. And my wife said, this movie's trash. But it's Blumhouse. It's got to be good. I had so much of it, bro. It was just straight trash. I don't even want to name the movie because it's just, I don't want nobody to even look it up and waste their time.
But I mean, it took them a while though, because like even when they first came out, I was checking for their horrors in the beginning, and they weren't always like A+.
Not A+, but decent. I mean, but something came out recently that I'm like, oh my God, shoot me! But
they did Escape Room too, right? They did Escape Room. They did Fright Fest. They did and those were like their weaker ones. They got better as time. I didn't like The Craft. I thought that was pretty
that
weak.
Remake was kind of weak.
Are you talking about the remake?
I mean, it's not a remake. Wait, it's not a remake because once you saw the OG, it's a sequel. A continuation of the story.
Yeah, it's a sequel. No, it's a sequel.
Not even.
Oh, it's a sequel.
Yeah,
but bro, listen. Once you
It
saw
was garbage, bro.
Reno, once you saw the picture of the OG chick, that made it a sequel because okay, she exists in that timeline. This is no reboot.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the same timeline.
That's true.
You know,
no, I don't know because I didn't listen. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, wifey didn't enjoy it. You know, it's the same thing. This is how she feels about Charm. Like, this is not Charm. She felt like it should have been the kids of those original girls that this show should have been focusing on right now.
If they would have brought them same actresses back from the original Craft, they could have done something real.
Hell yeah.
Hey, they're still alive. I mean, why not? Yeah. Why did this respect? But didn't one of the OG at the end show up?
Yeah, they tried to put one
back in there.
But she was the main villain.
The main,
the main chick.
Yeah, they put her at the end.
Nancy.
As like Nancy, yeah. They put it at the end as a as like an Easter egg that it could continue on. I mean, it's cool.
They did that same thing with Lost Boys. Remember they did the Lost Boys reboot?
The Frog Brother, yeah.
And then they threw him in at the end, like that was cool though.
Once you see, I mean, listen, stop talking. Don't disrespect Lost Boys. The OG was so dope.
I love the original.
OG was phenomenal. Yeah,
it's like, don't you dare remake.
That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I don't do vampires, but I do Lost Boys. Lost Boys and Fright Night. Lost Boys and Fright Night.
That's the coolest vampire.
Now but the Fright Night reboot wasn't bad though.
You liked it? You liked it?
It wasn't that bad though.
Oh,
it was nothing like the original. Like I couldn't not compare it to the original, but for a movie of its time, it wasn't.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. It wasn't that horrible. I could watch it. I could definitely watch it.
I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of horror, but it was just a twist on the OG. She had to suck the blood from the balls and stuff. That concept kind of got washed away here, which is funny. You know what I mean? That OG just had stupid jokes because it was the 80s. Yeah. You know, that's now we'll try to get canceled. Don't cancel this, folks. Don't be a-holes.
Yeah, the newer one was more like serious, more, you know what I mean?
That's great. So, you know, this is a great focus on horror, though. You know, if we want to give who the hell is on, bro? People just quiet, bro.
It's like my favorite genre, horror. I feel like, it's my favorite. I just feel like it's always a good go-to. It could be cheesy. I'll still be like, okay, whatever. I mean, I grew up on it. So,
well, no, like I feel you because when I was a teen and really like a preteen and a teen, like when I was a kid, I was all about horror, everything horror. Like I watched everything, like, you know, Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy, you know what I mean, Hellraiser, all the vampire joints, and but as I don't know, horror movies never really get the budget. They're rarely, you know what I mean, really well done films. They're always seem to be B movies in a way.
Yeah.
Even the big ones. Like, but
all right. This is the real talk here is that then if they want to focus so much on comics, for example, then why don't they go into the old school horror comics and do those old school like creep show type shows?
I was gonna say, creep show. Right.
You know, on that level, you know, Marvel back in the day produced a hella amount of horror comics. I mean, why not dip into that archive to make a horror show?
Well, they tried to bring Creepshow back, and
it was weak, though, man. Yeah. Listen, the last best generation, I always said the HBO one from back in the day after the actual film.
With Leslie Nielsen and Dancing and all that.
Man. That was fun horror. Horror done fun and right, and you know it creeped you out as a kid, but it was a throwback to the comics.
I'm gonna show you some shit real quick. Keep talking, yeah.
And then they try to make New Mutants a horror movie.
Well, okay, I just recently took the time to sit down and watch New Mutants, and.
What do you think?
That's my review.
Yeah, because that's what it is. If you're a real fan of the comic material, then I think you could have got something out of the movie New Mutants because they showed the costumes and they showed like, you know, the real characters. I like how they portrayed them at that ending scene. a big teddy bear as the monster, and then like, but up until that point, the movie was just like you said, but like it was cool to see magic with the sword and all of that. It was cool, but I wish they would have done more like
magic.
I feel like they played it very, very safe with New Mutants, like to a point where I didn't hate it and I didn't love it, but I would watch it again. I thought that maybe they did it that way just because they knew Marvel was going to come in and hopefully they would do something with it. So it's kind of very safe. They were great characters, but they didn't do anything.
My favorite was magic out of that.
Well, of course.
I like the badass chick like that.
Well, I wanted to show y'all this since we was talking about it. I got my hand.
What you got?
I got my hand.
Oh no! Stop.
Yeah, man.
You get this.
Original.
Oh, look how sexy, bro. Stop lying.
Yeah.
No
man.
way. Where did you get this?
Yeah, man. I found it at my comic store.
No way, bro.
Yeah, they had it.
Because you found it there. Let's bless them. What comic store was that?
Oh man, it was That's Entertainment and what's the Mass? Park Ave.
Support your LCSs, folks. Please support your local comic shops, man. They need more than that.
They had that in the case, in the glass case. I was like, I need that. I need that. It's never been open. There's no creases.
Really?
No creases in the spine. Never been open.
So you haven't even opened it? You haven't even smelled the ink?
I'm not gonna open it.
Don't open it a little bit.
I peeked just to see if it was first print, and it was first print.
Right.
That's it.
So Reno, what's your local comic shop? See, let's support our local comic shop.
Big shout out, man, at Atlantis Comics, Portsmouth, Virginia, man. Yeah, awesome. They hook it up.
Okay.
Yeah. My local right now, Epic Comics in Orlando, but hook a brother up, man. I miss Rubber Chicken Comics in Bellingham, Massachusetts. Shout out to Jay Piorello, man. I love your shop, bro. I miss it, man. You treated me good, bro. Listen,
man.
Respect your shops, man, because when you develop a relationship with folks in the shop, man, you get some Uber deals on some great stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all collectors here. I mean, look at Reno's the back of his wall.
Damn, he got the keys. Look at him.
Look at that. Look at this.
What? I love it.
Right? I mean, I'm jealous. I don't have a man cave. I have a green screen.
I mean, I got mine all boxed up, except for the new ones. I haven't even put in my app yet. But
isn't that a dope room, Klep? I mean, what are you gonna do with your room? Because you have a dope room. My son, listen, wait till I move to the garage. People are moving to the garage. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm gonna move to a garage. But wait till I move there, then you're gonna see my office, the real deal.
Yeah, I'm renovating our new studio space too, man. So I'm gonna try to bring some of my stuff there.
Wait a minute,
yeah.
folks, there's an announcement here, so let's talk about that. So what are we talking about here?
Yeah, so we got a new spot. It's a little bit bigger.
What do you mean we? I want you to explain to folks what the endeavor is here, my friend. Please use our channel
my family, my team of geeks and movie buffs, critics media. We got our own spot. We got a new studio space that we just moved into for the new year, and we're excited, man. We're renovating it right now, and we're gonna be doing a lot of live shows from there, podcasts from there, photography for anybody who needs photography. So we're gonna be expanding. It's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. I got a live show that I'm gonna be doing real soon, straight out the studio. It's gonna be dope.
Man, first of all,
congratulations, man.
Thank you.
That's real talk. Because folks, I met Klep, a couple of years ago in Connecticut, being from Mass, which is funny, but it was at a comic convention.
Facts.
We connected because our colors were the same. Colors connect, bro. So from there, it's been a pleasure to know this man, and he's been through a trial himself, and I'm glad that he's still here with us after his trial. You know what I mean? You know why? Because that means he's gonna make it, with the blessings of God. You know what I mean? For real talk, brother. So I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah.
That you survived that trial. And I don't know if you want to share that with our folks.
Nah, you can tell. I've been talking about it all year, man. It's like I don't know. Last year was like, I don't know. I kind of kept it close to the chest, but now I'm feeling comfortable enough to tell people about this, the serious situation. Everybody's dealing with COVID. I was one of those victims that was intubated almost 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So
listen, brother, I'll tell you here. I I shed tears. It cast white feet, bro. I'm like, no, I can't lose my brother. You know what I mean? I just met my man, and we like one of the few people I could connect with. You know what I mean? On that business level, and I fought through my own joint there. So, you know, thanks to the grace of God, man, that you're here, bro. You survived, bro. So let's start killing it, bro. And a shout out to my boy. Hey, look at that. Look. Congratulations, bro, on the move. Whereby? Great
Thank you, man.
Right there.
Thank you.
Comic, bro, ASAP Comics. You better check them out. ASAP Comics UK. All right? The future in the comics, bro. Whereby?
Max.
Yeah, bro. So, you know, Klep, for real, man, how, you know, even I know we have a little bit of time left. I want to we got about 14 minutes. I want to just chat with you because I know you got some business, but
yeah, you know, screening.
Just share that if you're willing to share a little bit. How was that? You know, how do you feel now, and compared to the ordeal that you could tell folks? You know what I mean, right? Tell them not to mess around with that mask, right?
Yeah, man. You know, it's no joke. I'm just telling. You know, I'm not saying live in fear because I'm not the type of person to live in fear. And definitely that experience kind of changed, you know, my way of thinking about life, and because it was like the one time that I didn't feel any pressure, any stress. Work wasn't an issue. Money wasn't an issue. I was probably at my most calmest, you know, being laid up in a hospital, and it had me just time to just think like, you know what? If it would have been the end, I would have never saw it coming. There was really nothing to fear, like nothing to do but just live when you're here. So that's the one thing I took from it. It just made me a different person as far as like, yo, just do what you're here to do. When your time is there, your time is there. There's nothing you can do about it. And that's just the way I've been vibing lately, just living and doing everything that I can while I'm here now. So,
man, what was it like though? Like
that's what I mean. Like when I was under, I tell everybody that my loved ones, the people that were caring for me, felt it more than I did because it was literally like I went to sleep and woke up. You know what I mean?
They had you like
yeah, I was intubated for almost 30 days.
So you weren't conscious the whole time?
Yeah. So I had my regular symptoms, like everything, the fevers, the body aches, and then I ended up losing, you know, breathing capability. I was having trouble breathing, so my oxygen level wouldn't go up, and the doctor was like, listen, we're gonna have to intubate you. And me, I was just like, all right, well, do whatever you got to do. Next thing I know, I'm waking up, and it's almost a month later. But I remember dreaming. I had dreams and things like that, but it was painless. I didn't feel nothing. You know, I was. If I was gone, I wouldn't have known. Yeah, man. Right. And I tell people like, yo, life or death, unless it's tragic and you see it coming. Other than that, man, it was blissful. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I say the recovery was the worst part. The recovery was the worst part, man.
How long was that?
About a month and some change, because I had to relearn to walk. I couldn't write.
Relearn, yo. You hear these words?
I had to relearn how. And this isn't COVID effects. This is just the effects of being unconscious for that long.
In a bed for that length of time. Yeah.
Right. So it was like 3.5 weeks, and I lost my ability to walk. Like I couldn't even hold my body up. Muscle deterioration. I lost 25 pounds. Like, and I still have some side effects. Like my tongue is numb. It's been numb since I woke up. You know what I mean? And they can't explain it. They don't know why. So we don't know if it's the COVID. We don't know if it's because I was out. But like I have numbness in my tongue. I could taste. Crazy. I could still taste, but it's numb all the time. It feels like I burned it, like completely. You know what I mean? So
you have no taste, which means you could eat anything.
No, I have taste. I can still taste. I just can't. It's
bro, man. If you ever visit Florida, bro, I'm gonna do the ultimate taste tasting competition for you. Klep will eat anything. He doesn't taste it.
It constantly feels fuzzy.
That's like crazy. Fuzzy, but like it's pure or something.
Nah, I always be thinking it's like hair in my mouth. No lie, like I'm always like. Like it's weird. I don't have no feeling there. But yeah, man, it was a ride. It was definitely eye opening and life changing and I think about it all the time. Like how the hell, like there were people they were pulling a plug on 5 days in, and they waited 3.5 weeks for me. Like
crazy, bro.
That blows my mind all the time. Like your life is literally in the hands of the doctors and the people who love you and say, "Yeah, it's time." You know what I mean?
Oh, man, thank God they waited, bro.
You know, and yeah, man. But
I
I
mean,
would
how
say,
they gonna pull the plug on?
huh?
How they gonna pull the plug on somebody in a few days?
Because the doctors are looking at some people when they were under, like because they couldn't get their oxygen levels up, they were having like organ failure. So when your body starts shutting down on its own, you know, when there's no oxygen going in, then at that point they're just like, yo, he's gonna be brain dead soon. So they were gonna pull the plug. They literally told my mom that it didn't look good and that I may not make it through the weekend.
Yeah.
And,
bro, when I got
that shit when I got hit by a car. Yeah, I got hit by a car when I was like 10.
Okay.
Damn, bro.
Wow.
And yeah, I was like, I was out for like, I was in ICU and all that for like a month, the whole thing.
Right? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, but I got
they told my mom I wasn't gonna wake up when I first got hit. Yeah, no, she fainted and shit. Like, yeah, it was a whole thing.
Look what we have here, folks. Survivors, kiddo. Look at this.
So that's what I mean. Like, so when you were under, was it just like you went to sleep and woke up?
I'm gonna tell you like this. The last memory I have was I was riding my bike from a chick house. I went to see this girl. I was 10 years old. I went to go see my little girlfriend, and I was on the way back home. And I remember riding up towards that road. Right. I remember riding up towards that, and then that's all I remember until later. I'm in the hospital, and I'm like, you know, just kicking it, riding around the hospital on my wheelchair.
Wow.
It's weird like that, bro. Al, I'm telling you, when I
memory of the hit. Yeah, no memory of the accident, no memory of them, you know, taking care of me, none of that. And they were telling me stuff I was saying while I was, you know what I mean? So I was conscious, but I have no memory whatsoever of
it. I relate, bro. I don't remember the first 3 days. I remember going to the hospital and waking up. I don't remember 3 days while I was there. I have text conversations that I don't even remember having.
Wow, bro.
Yeah.
You having conversations.
That's how it is, man. Your brain, like your brain really cuts you off from that trauma.
Yeah, but let me tell you though, just coming from an outside perspective, imagine me, you know, because we always connect, you know, at least once twice a week, once a week, or at least once every 2 weeks, at minimum, at least. Yeah. But you know, I'm calling, I'm not getting an answer. What the fuck's going on? So I reached out to his team. I was like, yo, he goes, okay, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm like, bro, I was devastated. Yeah. But then one day, here I am saying, and my phone rang, and I said, "Oh, bro, listen, bro, you know, listen. When I talk about highlights of 2020, because there was not many, you know what I mean. But that's definitely one of the highlights that, you know what I mean. It's for real. Like, okay, bro, somebody motherfucking beat this shit. Yeah,
man. It's crazy.
Salute,
man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, that's so funny. I wake up and the first thing I'm thinking about is business and connections. And I'm
exactly. You know what? They're murdering it. You know what? And all of a sudden, now we have the KlepCX FM podcast, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And murdering it and smashing it because, you know, he has some videos that have been killing it. Jesus Christ, bro.
Dude, man, I don't know, man.
That's big. You got a team, man, that they kept your joint alive while you was out.
Oh, they held it down, man.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to that team too, bro. It's like my team, bro. Listen, when you find good people in life, hold on tight to them, man, and you just bless them, and they bless you, bro. It's real talk, man. When it comes to that, you know, a team turns into family eventually on a different level, and you know, and it's good to have people that have the same objectives of you that keep you on track. I want to shout out like my boy Johnny, the Machine. Like if you see me slipping, he's the type to check me real quick. You're like, yo, well, what you did that for? What's up? You know what I mean? I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? You know, you got to think about the brand, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I don't normally do that, you know, but anytime that I have slipped, you know, which is very rare, you know, he's like, yo, you shouldn't have done the chill, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's true. It's true. You know, it's just what it is. And that's what you call family and a real team. That they're not afraid of talking.
Did you have like your team when you first started, or did you start by yourself and then got a little momentum and then got a team?
So me personally, it was dolo. I was absolutely dolo, and then just just reached out and I started just sending out messages, feelers. Hey, yo, anybody want to build a team? Comic geeks. And there's a lot of people that want to be part of the community that are talented, just don't know how to get in, that are shy. Like I was. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for podcasting and vidcasting, I'd probably be still stuck in my shell. The persona of Almega is what took me out.
And same thing with me. Like I reached out to guys. Like it all started from guys that's conversating all the time about films and television, and I was like, I want to start something that where we all do this and bring other people involved. It's about a community. CritiX is not about my opinion. It's about our opinions. So we encourage people to come in and talk their shit about the things.
Do your people live like in your town? Like you see them, or it's all internet stuff?
No, mine. We're all together. We live in the same.
He's
city.
lucky enough to have local people that he could actually see.
That's the big.
My team is worldwide. So, like Johnny, for example, was in the UK. I got my man Paul in Ireland. I got Dodgy in Australia. I got Chris in Germany. You know what I mean? I got people in Cali. You know what I mean? Up in Colorado, Utah. You know what I mean? Up in Mass. I mean, I'm all over the place. I have team members everywhere. With with blessings, that they're true crusaders and do what they do.
Facts.
And capers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Full Blast Radio, man. And
DJ Tiger, man. I love what he does for the hip hop community, keeping it positive and fun. Today, with all that nonsense, he definitely put some militarism in me, but in a positive way. That's good music. Because again, real talk, I don't want to get put up, but I just want to say is this: that if we were at the Capitol yesterday, we would have been shot.
Bro, facts.
I already know.
Right? It would have been one white lady shot. It would have been like a massacre of black and brown all over the place. Hundreds dead.
I'm looking at this shit like, what is going on right now? Like, oh my God.
Dude, you got some dude in some box, looking like some medieval Thor joint.
Homeboy
in the Congress, right? Looking like Shadow Moon.
Homeboy in the Oval Office, like flexing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's going on?
I seen the clip of this lady. She was like, I got maced, and he was like, what were you doing? And she's like, I ran up in the Capitol.
I saw that.
He was like, what'd you go in there for? And she said, we're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
I saw that. Like, a revolution for what?
What are you talking about? Clowns.
That was just man. Again, thank God it wasn't us there. Thank goodness. Obviously, innocent. I don't want nobody to get killed. Sorry for any loss of life, anybody getting hurt. But let's get under control, please. We're still human beings. Let's get normal.
I'm glad that they finally they have the feeling that their government has forsaken them. I'm glad that they know what that feels like now.
True.
I'm glad they feel that, and you know what I mean? Like, and they're I'm glad that they're being made to be hypocrites, because all that mess they was talking about when we was out, you know what I mean, doing what we had to do for our causes.
Yeah.
And they talked all that mess. And now they doing the same thing, and so I'm glad they telling on themselves.
And they just gotta use their brains. Like, yo, there's just some places you don't go. You don't try to listen.
Anybody run up in there.
I remember some Puerto Ricans did it back in the day. Lolita de Ron and all those folks, and trying to talk about the freedom of Puerto Rico. And I remember that they got arrested immediately, even though they shot somebody. And when they were freed, especially the leader, he was assassinated in his own home. So I always leave it at that. We ain't about politics, but government is grindy, but folks, let's just try to keep it calm and bring back the peace. Because at the end of the day, man, we're all living in this wonderful country that allows us this voice. But let's use it in a reasonable way, and respect one another, man. This country wasn't ruled by just one, but by many, of all accords, if you will. You know what I mean? Real talk. So. Many blessings. So I want to give just the bottom line score to the movie, folks. You know what I mean? We went on a whole tangent. We got to the movie. We talked Toro. We talked a little bit of the mess. But, real talk.
4.5 out of 10.
Out of 10. I like to do out of 5.
Yeah,
that's more intimate. It's more intimate when it's out of 5.
Yeah, true. I say a 2.
A 2 out of 5 for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2 because I love horror. So just a 2. Yeah, I mean, if it was anything else, I'd probably give it like a 1.5.
Yeah.
I'm
just giving it a 2 because it's a comic movie and
No. I'm gonna be real here. I feel that disrespected Cullen Bunn's original intent. This movie went in a different direction. I don't know, again, based on what Klep said, Cullen probably didn't have much input into any type of the narrative of the film, which is kind of obvious even when you just again open the book. So with that, I give it a 0.5 out of 5. You know what I mean? Just because, listen, let's just be real. If you're gonna do a horror movie based on that comic,
all right,
please try to respect the OG content. I'll give 0.5 for effort, but that's about it.
I didn't want to be rude.
No. It ain't about being rude. I can't make a movie for my life, but
little bit.
Listen, honest to God, I would respect the heart of the book if I made a movie. You know what I mean? And if there's things that I had to, if there are things that I had to change, I would discuss it with the creator. Like, what are you thinking? How can we push it? Like how Watchmen did with the TV show. The movie didn't use the octopuses, whatever they were, the squids, but the show did, and they made it make sense in such a cool way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ozymandias, real quick. Cheers to you.
I like this show a lot better, bro.
Absolutely. So with that, I know Klep gotta go. Reno, Klep, thank you for your time today.
No problem, bro.
Disney, thank you, and folks.
Nice meeting you, Reno.
Oh, nice meeting you, bro.
And there we go. And folks, man, if I see a like, share, or comment, whoever actually comments first, you get the code. All right. Cool. So do it. Get it done. And you know what I mean. And then if you actually subscribe and you share that you subscribe to Comic Crusaders World, KlepCX, and 6 Element of Hip Hop. If you share 3 screenshots with proof of subscription, Klep will bless you with what?
Free codes.
Wepa. You know what I mean? We got something. And again, if you prove that and you send it to me, alex@comiccrusaders.com, and don't spam me. All right? I will bless you with a figure from Hero Collector. All right, it'll be a random one, but it's gonna be some fire, I promise. So, all right, so share and love. Everybody, peace out. Thank you to Disney 20th Century Fox and Boom Studios. Cullen Bunn, I'm sorry they disgraced you. All right, and with that, I'm Mega with Comic Crusaders. Woo!
Peace.